Hey guys, it's Shiprekjim coming to you from the KingKraft server. So today my project is going to be a new villager trading area. I've kind of walled off where I wanted to start. I'm going to do some more measuring and putting stuff together, and I'll give you an overview of what my concept is. But before I get into that, I wanted to show you from my last video I did an iron farm. And I had to make a modification based on the number of villagers I needed and how they spawn. I guess it's a function of how many doors are in the village. You can spawn up to 1 villager per every 3 doors. So let me show you the simple modification I had to do to accomplish this. Over here, so you can see I added 3 layers of doors on every side, which allowed for a significant increase in the number of villagers that were allowed to spawn. So everything's working pretty great. That's it. Just in case anybody's running to this in the new 1.8 snapshots, this was a solution to that issue. So I'm back, and I'm down here at the first stage of my villager transportation system, and I wanted to show you what I had so far. I've worked out a little bit of simple redstone with the mine carts, some rails, and some cactus, I guess. And let me give you a little tour of what I have. So this is where it all starts. The iron golems will drop down here, be killed, give me iron. But also baby villagers are going to fall down in here and come down through the water channel. And the very first redstone piece that I put together is this very simple killing machine. So I can retract it, and the lava retracts back into the droppers, or I think these are dispensers. And any villagers that come down here, they eventually end up into the pit. It's probably not the nicest word, but they end up in the pit, and they'll fall into this water area until they grow up, and once they grow up, they will go into a water channel. So here we can see that the villagers going through this little water channel here, and with any luck he should pop onto the minecart and he'll stop here. Let me show you a little demonstration of the rest of. So here we go. Got a priest. Sorry, cleric. Flip the switch. Get him in place. Give him a little nudge. There we go, popped right in. I like to see that. So it's been several weeks since I started recording the first part of this. It's only a few minutes long. I haven't been recording the actual build process. It's probably not so fun, and a lot of my time has been spent trying to just design the areas. So instead of waiting a couple more weeks, which is probably going to take me to finish, I want to put out something. I bet it's probably going to be a short episode, but I'm going to go through everything I have now, and then on the next episode hopefully I'll show it complete and show any new functionality that I decided to implement. So with that, let me show you what I got. There's going to be different sides. Earlier I kind of showed the basic layout, but I want to put all of the villagers that I would like to trade stuff for emeralds in these sections here. I've tested it, it works out really well. Minecart comes in here. The same braking mechanism of the cactus. And the villager will just start swimming. It's kind of cool, even though the block is a little high, he gets like a little bit of a bounce. And then he'll start swimming all the way up. And he'll be put in position. And each of the different villagers I want are going to be listed here. And I come up with a system. I'll go over this one in a minute, but some of these are better to demonstrate. So with the cleric, I decided I only want 3 versions. The first one's going to be the flesh buyer. So in the second position over there, I'm going to have a cleric, and I want him to have the best possible price for buying flesh for emeralds. I think they have a range off the top of my head of 24 flesh to 36 flesh or something like that. So obviously if 24 is the minimum one, I'm going to keep going through clerics until I find a cleric with the 24 flesh trade. And then I also have 2 other options. So on this wall, I have pretty much the same setup. Where the minecarts will come down, they'll break on top of a hopper, and I'll have them float up in another water canal all the way up there. I think this one might be, you can definitely see that it's open. There's the weather. So I have to get rid of the holes in the stone there, obviously, but the villager will swim all the way up there and put himself in position. So anyways, the sellers of stuff, I don't need every option, I don't think, but I definitely want to get the best priced redstone seller. So I think there's a 1-for-1 trade, 1 emerald for 1 dust. That way I don't ever have to mine dust if I don't need it. I'm going through a lot of redstone dust, so it'd be nice to have that option. The same thing with the glowstone seller. So how do I link this up? Well, this is the priest wiring, so that cleric wiring will be similar. So let me take you up here. It's actually very simple. So based on which switch is thrown, I just run these different redstone all the way down to this, I guess, intersection. And in this particular order, you can see here that if a mine cart came down, it would make the turn, and then because this is turned out this way, it'll continue straight along this path, and the villager would end up swimming up this row. If, for instance, this was turned off, this would be switched the other way. Let me go show you. I think it's this one. So there. With this one turned off, now the same scenario, the villager would come down, and then this would be turned up, so the minecart would run down this way, brake, and he would swim up this side. So that's how I can control these different areas. So if we go back up to the redstone, sorry it's a little dark. You can see this redstone is turned off here. And then each one of them is just separated. I tried to use as few repeaters because they're a little more expensive. But I think I did okay. Probably not perfect. But I needed to put a repeater every time. It was only a 1 block difference. And obviously between any 2 dots like this. And so I just have them running in different directions. So I'm going to continue that process all the way down. I have yet to hook up the redstone for this. I was just trying to plan everything out after I verified with this system that the redstone would actually work. I'm using this same system here with the powered rail. I got to get a piece of redstone there, but that's not a big deal. So here it's the flesh buyer, the redstone seller, and the glowstone seller. And then I'm going to have an iron buyer because we're going to have a blacksmith, the black apron villager. Has a couple of different options, but I think we're only interested in, like I said, the iron buyer, and then the weaponsmith seller. Get the best price on, I think it's diamond swords, and then the best price on picks. Unfortunately, they don't have diamond shovels. They have a diamond axe and a diamond pick, so that kind of sucks, but should be able to do that. And then the farmer has some of the most options. So I want to have a farmer buyer, then I want a fisherman buyer, and a shepherd buyer, so that I can sell them all the different foods. I can sell them I think the fisherman is string and coal or something like that. And then the shepherd will buy plain white wool. And then the fisherman, I think I want to be able to buy enchanted fishing poles. I haven't shown it in the video, I don't think, but I built a infinite fishing, AFK fishing area. And so it'd be nice to get some poles for cheap and use those to fish. And then the shepherd seller will sell any color wool for between 1 to 2 emeralds. So I think that would be beneficial. The last one to plan out is obviously the, I think this is the white apron guy, so I haven't quite done that yet. But I'm going to be clearing out this area up top right above these. I'll have to obviously fill in some of this stuff. And just doing the redstone similar to what I've done before. I think the maximum I can easily do is 6 levers worth. So, and I don't think I'll have to go more than that. So here's the paper buyer, and then the rest of these will be different enchanted books. So I don't know all the different enchanted book options. I don't know if you noticed in the video, but I have a librarian like down over there. Just by chance, he had a looting 1 book. So I definitely want to keep him around until I could maybe possibly get a looting 3. I don't know if it's possible yet. So I'll keep playing around with these, but I'll be able to send up to 5 of these guys out there. And then later, if I want more, I'll figure something out. But I think having 5 booksellers, each guy can have up to 3 different books. So we'll see how that goes. That should be pretty cool. And then the other thing that I'm not going to do on camera, but I want to have for the trading center is I'm going to have the villagers all in place, and then right above the corresponding villager, I'm going to have a storage system and a drop delivery system that will bring the items really close to the villager that you're trading with. So if you want to sell a villager string, all the string will be in one box, like right over top of the villager's head. You'll be able to just click, take the string out of the chest that you want, and give it right to the villager and do the trading. I want to come up with a system maybe to distribute the emeralds, or to be able to grab emeralds from an easy place, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. So those are my plans. Like I said, I think it'll probably take me 2 more weeks to finish it up. I would think I could do it faster, but it just seems to take a really long time. So that's it. I know this was a pretty short episode, but I don't want to do just a whole bunch of building. It's all pretty easy. I think the neat thing is just bringing all these systems together so that I'm able to create villagers and distribute them relatively easy in an automated fashion. I guess it's not completely autonomous, but I think you want some interaction, reviewing what each, villager has in trade, and then, maybe sending them off to their death if they don't like it. That last, directly behind me, is the last area, and that is like the kill zone. So if you have too many, or you don't want any more of a certain type of villager, you can ship them off and move on to another one that might have more profitable stuff. So, alright guys, this has been Shiprekjim coming to you from KingKraft. Thanks, bye.